Right, gentlemen,
which was heavily
Mr. President,
you would have been much later, Joe.
Mr. President,
much later.
Mr. President,
you're talking about 2 million people.
Mr. President, as the moderator, we are going to talk about COVID in the next segment, but go ahead.
I don't know. View.
Well, all right. Let's talk. We got a lot to unpack here, gentlemen. We got a lot of time, so well,
I got rid of the individual mandate.
I'm going to give you an opportunity.
I got rid of the individual mandate, which was a big chunk of
Obamacare.
That is absolutely a big thing. That was the worst part of Obamacare.
Sir,
Chris, that was the worst part of Obamacare.
Let me ask my question.
Well, I'll ask Joe. The individual mandate was the most unpopular aspect of Obamacare. I got rid of it.
I'd like
and we will protect people with
President, I'm the moderator of this
conditions.
debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer your question.
Go ahead. First of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him, but that's okay. I'm not surprised.
It's open discussion.
No,
let
but
me
this
ask
is
you about,
big.
You'll be happy,
big stuff,
sir. You'll be happy. I'm about to pick up on one of your points to ask the Vice President. That is going to end private insurance.
It is
and
not.
Will, if I can ask you the question, it will
not
end.
what your party says, by the way.
The
Radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe?
Who's
on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
this
we've
is
ended
so
this.
He's going to pack the court.
We have
not going to give a list.
We have ended this segment. That's the end of the segment. We're moving on.
He didn't take them.
Well,
Vice President,
no. Can I be honest? It's a very important
Try to be
question.
honest.
He stood up.
No,
he stood up,
the answer to
and
the
he
question is no.
Ukraine.
No, sir.
With $1 billion, if you
that
get rid
is
of
absolutely
you know what,
not
stop.
true.
You're doing it.
You're going to
Not
have
true.
Gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice, but it seems to be, why should I be different than the two of you? I think that the country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak with fewer interruptions. I'm appealing to you, sir, to do that.
Well, and him too.
Well, frankly, you've been doing more interrupting
Well, that's
than he
all right,
has.
but he does plenty.
Well, less than, sir, less
does
than.
plenty.
No, less than you have.
Done got $3.5 million.
And by the way, my son.
Wait a minute. Mr. President, your campaign agreed to both sides would get 2-minute answers uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it, and why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
He never keeps his word.
Because
Can you add back,
No, I'm not asking. That was a rhetorical question.